The following program contains content that is not suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the Community Media Center of Marin, it's marINSANITY.
All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to marINSANITY, which is Marin's only or most well-attended comedy television program. We're so happy to have you guys here, and this is going to be a great show. I just know it because we've got some amazing comedians for you, and we're going to make you laugh. That's our main goal tonight, so I hope you have a really good time. And it's Cinco de Mayo, guys. Heck yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and in the green room, we have chips and salsa because go Marin. Yeah, with our diversity here. Yeah, and also go Warriors. We had a great win last night, so we're hoping for another one coming up, right? Yeah, we love San Francisco and Marin County. My name is Sue Alfieri, and I really don't like my first name, which is Susan. That's my given name. And I feel like Susan is really the cousin of our good friend, Karen. Right? Or else I'm like a passive aggressive sister of Karen. But except I won't talk to the manager. I will just write a strongly worded Yelp review when I get home and wait for justice. I don't, and Susan's friends are usually like Nancy, Donna, Denise, like the Charlie's Angels of complaining, pretty much. I mean, and Donna has some serious thoughts on decaf coffee. She orders Sanka at a restaurant. I don't know if you guys remember Sanka. That is old school. But isn't it crazy, though, that whatever your parents named you, after, 32 hours of labor, they don't know what they're doing. They're not ready to sign governmental paperwork. And you guys have to live with this name for the rest of your life. I don't know what my mom was thinking. Was she just looking around the kitchen like, what is that thing that you spin around? And she's just sitting here. She's not doing anything. She's lazy Susan. I mean, is that what we're doing here? But the thing is that people with names like Sue, Susan, Joe, Joseph, it's like you always know when someone calls you by your full name, you know where they know you from, right? Like childhood or your court paperwork. That's my plan. My last name, I like Alfieri. It's Italian, and I feel like it sounds nice. And I'm from the Italian motherland, right? New Jersey. So it fit right in there. It was just like Smith or something like that. But I grew up in New Jersey, and I didn't fit in there because I'm pretty wimpy. I'm pretty relaxed, and I just feel like I was born on the wrong coast. In Jersey, a fight isn't a fight. It's an initiation for friendship. I avoid confrontation. Like if someone cuts me in line at a grocery store or something, I just am like, wow. And then I write about it in my journal. But people in Jersey are like, here, take my earrings kind of situation. And then they become better friends than they were before. Like, you suck, but I'll invite you to my daughter's christening. It's just, and then moving to Marin, it was a huge shock. Like, people in Marin just love riding bikes, and they spend so much money. I don't know if these bikes have NASA pieces or what's going on. Like, men are shaving their legs. Women, not so much here in Marin. But like when I grew up, if you were on a bicycle as an adult, it's because you had a DUI. It wasn't because you're liking cycling. So imagine my surprise moving to Marin, and in Fairfax on a Sunday, I'm like, what, does everybody have a DUI here? Like everybody's at the coffee shop, on their bikes. And another thing is hiking, is particularly in Marin. You guys love hiking. And you'll go to, you'll spend millions of dollars on a house, and then you'll go sleep in the woods. Like camping. Everybody just loves camping. When I was growing up, the only people in Jersey that spent time in the woods were trying to make sure their evidence was still hidden, you know? Like Uncle Vinny taught me the leave no trace principles, right? But, my friends back in Jersey, when I moved to San Francisco, were like, you've really changed. I don't even recognize you anymore. And I don't agree with that, In fact, I asked my mindfulness coach. I was like, Sunbeam, what do you think? And she's like, well, you have a dog with a person name. Your husband wears a Patagonia vest with a button down. Like, why don't you think about moving to Marin? And now it's been a while. We're raising kids in Marin. 2 people that grew up in New Jersey are now trying to raise Marin kids. It's like Tony Soprano trying to raise Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. And my kids are soft. They like pineapple on their pizza, okay? My son, because we're both Italian, my son was the only 2nd grader with a mustache. Oh my gosh. And every Halloween, he's the only Mario brother. I'm like, try something different. Be Tom Selleck, So think out of the box here. But he was proud of his mustache. My daughter, not so much. And then as a parent, a mom, I'm trying to not only teach her how to shave her legs, but her mustache as well. But these kids are so soft in growing up here. My daughter is really into skincare. And so are all these other kids in Marin. She brought me something called snail mucin. It's basically like snail snot. And I'm like, what happened? Is Clinique and Estee Lauder trying to hire Wiccan? Like, are they going to GameStop and getting Dungeons and Dragon people to make these serums? Like, cloaca of a chicken, uterus of a snake, put it in a serum and you can look like a fetus. Like, how far back are we going? Fetus before, I don't know what she's trying to achieve here. But so I had a talk with her and I was like, when I was your age, we had this thing, we experienced like real, skin trauma situations. We had something called St. Ives scrub. I don't know if you remember this. It was like shrapnel and sand that you'd put into your skin. And then you would follow it up with something called, Sea Breeze. And it was basically pure alcohol. And it would sting your skin so bad that like you'd smile and your whole face would turn to sand. Pretty much. And that's how people in the 90s lost their eyebrows. But my daughter is 14, and when she was a baby, she was an old soul. And a lot of my friends are like, my son was an old soul. He read the New York Times and played chess when he was 4. Well, my daughter was an old soul too. She, as an infant, had the personality of a woman named Phyllis who worked at the post office. And when she came out, it wasn't placenta, it was a rubber band ball, While other kids were doing art projects, she was cutting out coupons for Metamucil. And yeah, she would cry when I took her out. I mean, other kids were happy. My kid cried like I told her that they just canceled Murder, She Wrote. When she came out, I looked her in the eyes, her sweet, sweet face, and I held on to her. She was very tiny. And all of a sudden, she looked at me, and I put my head near her face, and she whispered, I swear she whispered this, not this shit again. This is not her first time on the planet, guys. But I am so excited about this evening and the comedians that we have for you tonight. We are going to start you off with one of my favorite comedians who performs all over the Bay. She has a regular show at a place in San Francisco called the Boom Boom Room. And if anyone knows every single fact about San Francisco. It's going to be this woman. She parties with the best of them, and she is our San Francisco representative tonight. Welcome to the stage, Miss Stephanie Block.
Oh my gosh, hi, Sil. Hi, Marin. Oh my gosh. Hi. So it was so gorgeous today, right? Were you, okay, Marin, were you yachting or were you in your pool? Were you in your pool on your yacht? That's ideal. I like that. Yeah, fabulous. I can do shout outs of Marin because I know so much about Marin. I can say, what's up, Novato? What? Marin City. That's a Corte Madera. What? I know everything. It's fine. Well, huge news for me. I'm on TV. I'm on TV right now. What? So hi, booking agents, talent agents. Hi. If you need me to get to the Met Gala, I can get there. Or men's. Hi, men's. Hi, men of Marin men. I'm what I like to call PM. I'm pre-Marin. I haven't quite locked down the wife and kids. Working on it. Yeah, I'm a single gal. What? I know. Crazy. I know. No one's more surprised than me. It's fine. But I did go on a date recently. Okay, picture. Tell me if you can figure out what he had done wrong. Okay, so what he did, he's like, "Oh, come get you." I'm like, "Great." So he drives near my house, parks across the street, and honks his horn. Oh no. So I looked out I was like, what? He's sitting in his car cruiser. I'm like, what is he doing over there? Is he on a stakeout? Like what is this? In our apartment building, we have a driveway. So I go, hey, pull in. And he's in his car, look at me, he's like, we're going east. My car is pointed. We're going this way. I don't want to. We're going this way. I'm like, okay, but I have like expectations. Here's why. I'm from Texas. Originally, I know. Thank you. Don't be scared. It's fine. Don't be scared. Thank you. We can all get along. No, I'm from Texas, and so when I'm used to like some manners and whatnot, right? Like you would probably. What would you do? Would you open your car door? Would you get out of your car? Yeah, you would. Some people are like, honk, honk, bitch. Like, no. So what I'm used to, where I'm from, the Ford F-150, it jumps the curb, drives 2 acres across the lawn, hits a magnolia tree, and then pulls up to in front of the house, right? So, and then the cowboy, he gets out, unhitches the horse, boop, boop, boop. Brings the horse, lifts me up. My boots have never touched pavement. And now I'm sitting side saddle on my horse, got my 24 long stem roses. And that's the first date. It's not a big deal. So, but I was like, okay, I'm going to adapt. You would have been so proud of me. I'm like, okay. I'll be a California girl, whatever. So I grabbed my trail mix. I walked all the way across the street. Yes, I got in his car. We drove. We go on the date. Tra-la-la. Guess what? You know what happens at the end of the date? He's like, oh, hey, girl. Well, what should we do now? Well, your place or mine? I'm like, oh, now you want to pull in. My legs is pointed direction closed. Marin, what's up? Well, I am a new auntie. Yes. Thank you. I'm MIT. I'm Marin in training. I'm ready. No, my sister had a baby. Yes, that's what that means. And so I'm an auntie. I'm really pretty good at it. It's fine. And she is kind of like a eco warrior, like many of our friends and neighbors. And so she's like, please, Okay, you're not going to like this. I drive a gasoline car. I know. I get it. She's like, please get an electric car. You can just charge it like around. I'm like, oh, so if I want to go somewhere, I have to forage for electricity. Look, like I live in a 100-year-old Victorian. We are not wired for that. I turned on my hairdryer one time and the whole block was dark. Like I cannot. Although we do have a Nest security. That's pretty fancy. Yeah, we do have a Nest. So like if you try to break in my house, birds just fly at you. No, I'm like, I don't want to, like my car, like I'm not even getting plugged. Like, why should my car have all the fun? It's crazy. So I'm like, no. I'm like, absolutely not. I cannot do that. But I will get her. I got her a very fabulous gift. I bought her some diapers, right? I bought her the Smuggies. Got her the Smuggies. Yeah. So you'll love it. You'll love it. What they do is she's like, this company is amazing. They come, they pick up the dirty diapers, they take them, and they compost them. What? I said, oh, interesting. And now I don't eat vegetables. I'm like, diaper farm, not to my table. No mercy. No. But she did lock down a partner, so that's impressed, right? That's pretty good. No, but these guys, like they don't show up, right? Like one guy showed up in flip-flops. Like flippity flop. Like why? You know what I mean? Like why? Like I mean, okay, I was wearing a hoodie. Like, I've given up too. It's fine. Like, yes. And I was wearing my compostable panties. You know. Yes. Where do you think all that sourdough yeast starter comes from? You're welcome. It's me. I'm the San Francisco tree. It me. It's fine. No, it's okay. I have been on this dating kick because it's spring. Right? It's spring. Do you feel it? Do y'all feel it? Yes, tie-dye, you feel it. Yes. Oh, did you say Robin Redbreast? Hell yeah. Ooh, fabulous. Are you a loco? Are you a Marin guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any sons or grandsons or whatnot? Okay, just call me later. Okay, well, no, so I did go on this date. And so, it was amazing. And I was like, why? Why is this date so good? But then this guy, he goes to Thailand for a month. And I was like, what? No, I had the one. I was like, God. Oh, so I was heroic. Like I was pretty good, like for a little while, but I accidentally was like, looking at his like Insta face and like his stories. And he started posting like aggressive. It was like, oh, Simon's at a temple. And then Simon's at a night market. And then Simon's at another temple. Now Simon's at a nightclub surrounded by women. And I was like, oh, I didn't know it was a family trip. And he took all his many, many sisters. Like, that's cute. I like that. No, but he finally gets back. Finally. And I'm like, yay. And he calls me. He's like, I'm sick. And I'm like, I'm like, I am not your, like, STD caregiver. Like, you were gone, Aria. Like, no. So I'm like, where are you? And then he's like, I'm going out of town again. I'm like, what? He goes, I'm going to Vietnam and Laos. I'm like, he's going again? Like, what? I said, do you mean Laos? Like, what's your being? I'm like, he said, we don't pronounce the S. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Iman. Like, what? But guess what? I met someone else while he was gone. Yes, I did. Thank you. Yes, I did. But this guy, he went away too. It's Theo. He goes to Tahoe. I'm like, do you remember lockdown in the pandemic when the boys had to stay home? We did not know how good we had it. No. So this guy goes off too. I'm like, God, not Tahoe. Now I have to compete with these snow bitches. The snow bitches. I'm like, oh my God. But he called me. I was like, oh my God, he's thinking of me. It's so cute. And he called me. He was like, I don't know. He was like, too much snowpack, help avalanche or whatnot. I'm like, is this sexy talk? Like, what is he saying? I was like, it sounds like you want to be like buried between my creamy thighs. Like, is that what you're saying? But then I had never heard from him again. But then I finally met one other guy. Yes, thank you. Not in Marin. I'm going to try Marin next. But this guy, he shows up on our date with one cuff rolled up. What does that mean? One cuff rolled up. He rides a bike? Yes, a bicycler. He's a bicycler guy. Or what? And he shows up on the date with sweat, like hat hair, like, ugh, like sweat, like, ugh. And like, I've literally taken hair, glued it to my face. And this guy's like, hey, how you doing? Like, no. So I was like, no way. Like, this is not like gonna happen for me. So I'm like, how about you just like walk me to my car? Like, I'm just not feeling this. He's like, oh, you drove gross. You drove a car. Ugh. And I'm like, yes, I hit a whale on the way. Like, it's fine. So I'm like, please walk me. He's like, okay. So, but he was wearing the bicycle shoes. What are they, like tap shoes? So he's clackety, 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 clackety. He woke up every unhoused person on 6th Street in San Francisco. I'm like, Alvin! So yeah, I did Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Those chipmunks. That's my chipmunks jokes, everyone. Thank you. Chipmunks, I can't hear you. Chipmunks, amazing. No. But I am seeing someone. But he had said something so crazy to me the other day. This guy, he had said to me, girl. He's like, girl, I'm going to give you hours of pleasure. I was like, hours of pleasure. I want minutes of pleasure. What the hell takes so long? Is there intermish? I know how to do some sex things. They don't take hours. Is he inefficient? Like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, y'all do the, do y'all do the reverse briefcase? Y'all know that one? Do y'all know that one? Oh my God. Okay. It's like when like your partner is like so hot and like they're like, please, baby, please. And you're like, ooh, and it's like super hot. So what you do, you run to the kitchen, grab your keys, go to work early. Bye. Bye-bye. Because we're busy. I don't have time for this. I'm trying to multitask. You want to do me? I want to do my to-do list. Right? No. But he was like a bit of a younger guy. So I was like, maybe I need to find someone like older dude in a tie-dye shirt or what. Like, it's not important. Details are not important. But then I remember there's a Viagra. Oh, it's like the little blue retirement ruiner for women. So I'm like, maybe I need to find like, I don't know, like these guys are still going to want like dinner. They're going to want sex after dinner at 2 p.m. No. So I was thinking like what I want, like I'm trying to like manifest what I want, like what I really, really want. Like I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want a premature ejaculator. What? I do. Someone find me. Right? And I even like say a prayer every night, like no joke. And I can teach it to you. It's so easy. You just go, you go, dear God. And then it's over. That's the whole deal. That's the whole deal. It's fine. No, but I have figured out like what I want to say on our next date. I think I figured it out. I think I want to say, I'm Stephanie Block and that's my time. Thank you so much, Marin. Bye. Bye, Mom. Give it up for Sue.
What are we doing? It's rock, paper, scissors over here. Yeah. Amazing. I'm so excited that Stephanie became an auntie. I recently became a great aunt. I mean, I know I'm a great aunt. I mean, I probably better aunt than I am a mom, but I became a great aunt. Guys, I feel like I'm too young for this. And I'm like, do I have to think of a name? You know how like grandmothers think of like Grammy and Mimi, but yeah, they call me Aunt Sue, which I feel like sounds like a sneeze. Like Aunt Sue. So I don't know if I should bring Susan back specifically for that situation. More on that later. But for now, I am so excited to bring up your next comedian who is hilarious. He performs all over the Bay Area, and he does this cool show called Stand Prov, which is part stand-up, part improv. And he's just such a good improviser and always makes me laugh. He's going to make you laugh. So put your right and your left together for Franco Tavini. I'm just going to hand it. Okay,
That sounds perfect. All right. One more time for Sue, everybody. Come on, let her hear it. Beautiful, beautiful. How are we doing tonight, Marin? How's everybody doing? Y'all doing good? Perfect, perfect. How was everybody's weekend? Pretty good? Pulse check? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, y'all had a good weekend. Cool. That's good. You guys aren't going to ask me? Or is it? All right. That's fine. I'll tell you, it was terrible. It was absolutely horrible. I went and spent the weekend with my family. It was with my extensive family too, so like all my aunts, uncles, cousins, everything like that. The thing I think with spending time with your family that you normally don't spend time with like the whole set is I think it's an unspoken rule. Everybody has at least one person in their family that everybody, even though they don't talk about it, agrees that they all hate. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, show of hands, who here has somebody in their family that everybody hates? Show of hands. There we go. Cool. Yeah, most of you raised. Awesome. And if you guys didn't raise your hand, I don't know how to tell you this, but you are the person in your family that absolutely everybody hates. I found out that that was me this weekend. We had a birthday for my brother. My family, of course, invited me along. My brother was turning 25. Very excited about it, but it wasn't his actual birthday. I had plans, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get by. My mom was insistent. She said, no, please come by. Everybody's going to be there. We really want to have you there. And I said, oh, okay, no problem. The only problem was that they gave me a different time than they gave everybody else. Yeah, I showed up late. Turns out the only reason they invited me was to stage an intervention for me. Yeah, isn't that wild? They also told me it was a surprise party, so I still walked in the door and everybody was sitting down. They were like, surprise, you need help, clinical help. Yeah, I should specify, I don't have problems with like substance or anything like that. I don't have problems with drinking, but the reason they staged intervention is according to my family, they think that I have problems controlling my anger. Yeah, which is, their stupid fucking opinion. That's fine. They're entitled to it. That's all right. I don't, of course, agree. Like, I don't think that I'm like a rager, right? Like, I don't ever get too angry, right? I'm never just absolutely too angry. I just think I'm like a little angry constantly, like consistently pissed off, The problem with that is like everybody does that, okay? The stage intervention is almost a little hypocritical because I think everybody, at least a little bit, has problems with anger. So often that we have a term for it, right? What do they say when you get upset? You probably shouldn't. They say, don't sweat the small stuff. Absolutely right. We all sweat the small stuff sometimes though, right? Okay, obviously. Like, show of hands, like who here ever gets angry for, I don't know, seemingly no reason at all, completely unprovoked and unprompted? Show of hands. Anybody here? There we go. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for raising your hand. You know what I mean? Because if I was like the only person in this room just up in front of these lights, just like an idiot raising my hand, I was going to lose it. I swear to God. I was going to go ape shit. Like, I mean angry for no reason. Like, have you guys ever been enraged at an inanimate object for just obeying the laws of physics? You guys ever been that pissed off? Like, you ever put a water bottle on top of your own car sideways, then when it rolls off, you pick it up, throw it into a tree, and call it a cocksucker at the top of your lungs? You guys ever do that? Yeah, right? Like, you guys ever do that in a preschool parking lot? Yeah? No? Okay, cool. All right, I thought we were vibing. That's fine. You know what I mean? Problems with anger, man, but I can't really express it to anybody because nobody wants to hear about your anger problems, right? It's like a selfish thing. That's for you. It's like you can't like tell your friend about like your erectile dysfunction, okay? They're just going to be like, all right, dude, I don't think this is for me. You probably should see a professional, all right? I don't think I'm qualified, I realize it's selfish. And so to kind of mitigate that recently, I've been working on my anger really hard. I'm focused not on getting less angry, but now I just get angry for other people, like on their behalf, like vicariously. I do this thing when I'll be driving down the road and I get pissed off if I see somebody on the side of the road that's gotten pulled over. Anybody ever experienced that? Anybody ever experienced empathy for your fellow man? No? Just me? That's all right. No, it's too late. Please keep your hands down. I'm a saint. I do that all the time, man. I told my friend that and I was like, yeah, what if, like you saw that? He's like, yeah, no, that's good. You have compassion for your fellow man. But like just as a thought, what if they got pulled over for, I don't know, committing an actual crime. Thought about it for a second, guys. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I think I just like rooting for the little guy, right? Like objectively, they could be flying down the highway in a Mazda going 105 with bodies cascading out the trunk. And I would probably still stick my head out the window, be like, leave them alone, you fucking pigs. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You blue fascists, all right? It's a free country, you know? I don't like seeing people in that position. It's not totally altruistic though, because I think I also get like a PTSD response when I see the red and blue lights myself, because I have priors on my own record as well. You know what I mean? I'll actually open up with you guys a little bit about that too, if we're comfortable. Can we all open up? Is that fine? But first I'm going to ask you guys a question to see if we're on the same level. So show of hands, who here has ever gotten a DUI? Show of hands. Anybody here ever gotten a DUI? Show of hands. All right, me neither. That's fine. We'll move right along. That's good. Good. I'm glad we all stuck to our guns. Sober year for all of us. No, I have gotten a DUI. Not completely. I got what is known as. Have you guys ever heard of a wet and reckless? Do you guys know what that is? Yeah, that's basically like a DUI junior. It's like a training wheels felony. Yeah, so basically what happened was it was just above the legal age, and I was like just above the legal limit. So they took mercy on me, and basically they impounded my car, right? Suspended my license. The problem with a wet and reckless, though, even though it's a real crime, it doesn't sound like a real crime. It just sounds like something someone made up. Do you know what I mean? Like it literally sounds like the title of a 1970 Swedish porno. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? Just like, all right there, baby. Lay down on the bed. I am going to give it to you now. How do you want it? You know, the usual wet and reckless. You know what I mean? It's a sticky situation is basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah, man. It is wild, though. I'm trying to be a better person overall. Like, I'm trying to, keep my record clean. I'm trying to be better about my anger because recently I did have a daughter. I had a daughter recently. That was a go. Thank you so much for that. No, please stop. I didn't give birth to her. I just in fact, I contributed as much as you guys just did, just like 5 seconds of unenthusiastic clapping sounds. So thank you for that. Really did the heavy lifting. No, man, I love having a daughter. Like I always knew I wanted kids. Specifically, always knew I wanted a daughter. Love everything about it. The only thing that it's not like something I would change, but it provides for me a problem is my daughter doesn't look anything like me. Yeah. So that provides for me a problem when I'm out alone in public because she looks like her mother, who's native Laotian. And I don't know if you guys gathered this because I'm in front of like several, very bright lights. I don't pass for native Laotian, all right? That's a problem for me when I'm out alone in public with my daughter because it is very difficult to convince strangers I'm supposed to be out alone in public with my daughter, right? Do you know what I mean? Like I have to constantly check my phone for Amber Alerts just to make sure they don't vaguely match our description, right? Just like denim jacket, redheaded lesbian, and a Samoan baby. I think that's us, sweetheart. We got to get out of here. Oh, man. It is one of those things that it is difficult. I try to tell my friends that too. And they're like, dude, I think you're over exaggerating, right? Because it is 2025. Okay. We live in Northern California. I think everybody understands all families come in every shape, size, and background, right? Would you guys agree with that sentiment? Is that a lovely sentiment? Absolutely. Seriously, right? Yeah. And to that I say, you go out in public looking like this and you try dragging an Asian girl off of a playground after sunset, all right? Because you will not get to your car, guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't even touch the handle. It's like the world's worst Olympic sport. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, almost. It's like breakdancing and then like the 100-meter kidnap. It's absolutely horrible. Nobody wins. It's terrible, man. Recently, my daughter made it more difficult for me because she's 3 years old. So she does this lovely thing where she'll just break down emotionally in public sometimes. You can't predict it. Recently, she started developing different ways of expressing that. Like she will get so enraged, she just drops formalities, right? So we're out in public. I need her to name check me. But instead of calling me like daddy, instead of calling me dad, when she's really pissed off, she just calls me dude. Yeah, like I don't even know where she picked that up. I'll give you an example. Like the other day, her and I were at Target, right? We just went for like a couple shopping items. We're going through the store, and I realized it was almost close to her bedtime. We had to get out of there, okay? So I decided to cut through to the front of the store. Problem is, I cut through the toy section. Yeah, I'm a new parent, but I'm not an idiot. That was a bad move, right? Okay, because the second I did that, immediately she saw a toy on the wall she wanted, started begging me for it. I'd get down on her level, be like, baby, we can't get you a toy every time we come to Target. All right, sweetheart. Okay, we have a system here. We come here, we get you a pack of diapers, we get daddy a pack of Trulies, and we leave. All right, this is like a family program. I really need you to get with this shit. And she didn't like that at all. Immediately, she screamed at the top of her lungs, pulled her arm away from me. She was like, no, Dad! No, dude! Get off of me! Don't touch me, dude! Just started screaming it over and over again. Yeah, it started to get really hot and heavy. All of a sudden, strangers started dipping their head into the aisle to see what was going on, probably because they were concerned, but also because it sounded like I was kidnapping a small frat boy as well, and they probably wanted to see what that was like. Looked like a World Star video was being filmed in the aisle over from them. She's having like a whole breakdown, right? To make matters worse, a Target employee walks by the end of the aisle. She sees him, and just to get his attention to help him get her the toy off the wall, she just screams, "Help! Help me! I need help!" At this point, I didn't know what to do because there's not a section about this in like any parenting books, right? So there's no precedence for this. Might be a new dad, but I do know one thing, right? And that is what you're supposed to do if your child has a breakdown in public. Do you guys know what you're supposed to do if your kid has a meltdown? Shout it out if you know. What are you supposed to do? Anybody? Any one person? No? None of you have children? What happened? Are we just not? No? That's fine. That's okay. You've never been a child. You don't know people with it. That's cool. What you're supposed to do, okay, so you'll know this for the future. So if your kid has a meltdown, what you're supposed to do is very calmly and succinctly pick them up under your arm. You walk as fast as you can outside of the building, okay? You need to remove yourself from the situation. Like you are defusing a bomb. You need to leave, save everybody from that situation. You can put your arm out too, like you're running a Heisman play. Just stiff arm people out of the way, okay? Just to make it safe. And I knew that, right? But the problem is at this point, I was so heightened, I had already panicked. So instead of walking fast outside, I just ran outside. And I left her ass crying there in the middle of the Target toy section, right? I didn't want anything to do with that. Like, what am I supposed to, do you know what I mean? Like, I ran, and for just a second, I looked back at her, and I was like, go with God. And then I left. I don't want to associate. That's not for me. Like, what am I supposed to say? Just be like, I hope your next dad's Asian, and leave, right? Like, I don't, just so it avoids an issue in the future. Yeah. We found her. Like, don't look at me like that. Like, we found her, right, guys? She was actually having ice cream with the store manager. Yeah, I got the Amber Alert outside of the Target, and I was like, no, don't worry, guys. That one's for me. And so I just went, and I found her. For those of you who are thinking, like, that's a bad parenting move, I will say this. She has never called me dude again. So I think it was pretty effective. It was either that whole traumatic situation or the fact that afterwards, when we were outside in the parking lot, I put her up on the hood of my car and I said, if you ever do that shit again, I'm going to sell you on Facebook Marketplace. I swear to God, I'm going to put you up for sale. Guys, that's been my time. Thank you so much. Please give it up for the incomparable Sue Alfieri, everybody.
Keep it going for Franco, everybody. Yes. Are you guys having fun so far? So much fun. Yeah, Marin. I don't care what people say about you. This is amazing. Oh, we have a new audience member here. Yes, there was a line outside. Anybody watching on TV or YouTube, you need to come down here to marINSANITY next time we have a show. But I am so excited for your final comedian this evening. She is so fantastic. She performs again all over the place, all over the Bay Area and beyond. And guys, she was on Last Comic Standing. I mean, you guys are in for a real treat. Okay, put your right and your left together, everybody, for Candy Shaw.
Yay, keep it going for Sue. Yeah, so like Sue mentioned, I was fortunate enough that I got to appear on Last Comic Standing back in 2008. It's an old ass credit, but it's the best one I have. So I got to milk it for all it's worth. I wish they'd bring that show back because they brought it back before, right? So if they bring it back again, it'll sound like a more current credit because at this point, it's been so long, I feel like I was on Star Search. Okay. Now, just in case anyone here is under 45, Star Search was this show in the 80s. It was much like America's Got Talent. You may have seen clips of Britney Spears on there when she was a little girl. You've seen Beyonce was on there when she was very young. Justin Timberlake was so young he had to drive drunk in his big wheels. Good times. So my name is Candy, like from in the Bible. Good. I like a smart crowd. Every once in a while, I get a crowd of dummies. And they're, Earl, what the hell's she talking about? There ain't no candy in the Bible. My real name is Candace, but my parents started calling me Candy when I was just a little baby, so I'd grow up to be a big whore. Hey, what's up? I don't want to brag, but I drove all the way from San Leandro to be with you fine folks tonight. Yes, yes. Anybody else representing the dro? No. Now, just in case any of you or our viewers at home are not familiar with San Leandro, it's Oakland Light. Yes. Oakland is where you live when you're hot, young, and single. And then San Leandro is where you move to when you get married and you run errands wearing a fanny pack. Yes. I am fanny packing during the day. I call it my Karen pouch. Okay. Yeah. Much like Frosty's hat, I believe it has magic powers. When I put it on, I feel myself transform. I get a little sassy. I get the head tilt going. I'm just waiting for somebody to offend me at PetSmart. Yeah. When Karens became a thing, I decided I am never going to ask to speak to a manager ever again. Okay? It does not end well for my kind. All right? Just in case any of you are visually impaired, I'm white as fuck. All right. And I don't need to get canceled because some video of me went viral because I'm losing my shit over a bug in my soup. No, I don't care if there is a severed human finger in my soup. I'm going to shut my damn mouth and be grateful for the extra protein. Okay. You got to be grateful and not hateful. That's all I'm saying. So I mentioned I'm married now, living in San Leandro. I was single. I had this cute little studio apartment in Oakland. Now we're in the burbs. Another major difference from my single life and my married life is guys no longer send me penis pictures on MySpace. Yeah. MySpace. We met in 2009. That's where, back when we were all friends with Tom, right? So one time this guy sends me the picture. He didn't even have a profile picture. And he simply wrote, "What do you think?" Well, I was very touched by this because I thought he obviously found my profile picture so warm and welcoming that he knew he could trust me to judge his most intimate area. So I replied, "You look like a dick." Told him. Yep. Yeah, people constantly come up to me and they say, "Hey, Candy Shaw, what's it like being a woman in such a male-dominated field?" And I wish I could tell you guys it's all sunshine and rainbows, but you would not believe some of the disgusting, degrading comments I've gotten from club owners, bookers, even other comics during sex. Yeah. I'm like, really? You kiss your mother with that mouth? I'm still somebody's little girl. And then one of my worst performing experiences ever. I'm doing this outdoor show, and these rednecks show up. They're flicking lit cigarettes at me. They're yelling nasty stuff like, "Show us your boobs or get off the stage." And I was like, excuse me, I'm not falling for that one a third time. Okay. And it sucks because women, we often blame ourselves when we're harassed like that. But I will own it, you guys. It actually was my fault because I'm the one who invited my family. I got a couple groans. It's okay, guys. These are just jokes. I did show them my boobs. Okay, we're good. Yes. So are we? So normally we're in a club situation. There's drinks. So I don't actually. I should ask. Anybody drinking here? Anybody sneaking in? Sir, yes, I love it. Okay, hey, why not? It's Monday night. But for those of you not imbibing, that's great. Maybe you're the designated driver. Maybe you're on a new medication. Maybe you don't like to have fun. We can all be friends. We can all coexist together. No, because in all seriousness, we know some people really have a problem with alcohol. They cannot handle it. And I know this firsthand because my ex would turn into a completely different person every time I got drunk. You know the type, really judgmental. You're just trying to loosen up and have a good time. And he'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to do another shot. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to lecture me at 9 a.m. Like, I'm an American. I have rights, okay? My kryptonite has always been red wine. Oh my God. I love wine tasting. Whoever came up with wine tasting, I hope they won a Nobel Prize, okay? Because it's such a classy, sophisticated way to get shit-faced with your friends, right? That's one of the things I love about living in California. We have access to these gorgeous wineries, beautiful vineyards, cool wine bars. I'm from Pennsylvania. We had access to cow shit. So I feel like I moved up in the world. Yeah. I did. Thank you. And then just in case you've never gone wine tasting before, I want to give you a heads up, or maybe our viewers haven't been. Please do your planning ahead of time because I had to learn the hard way. My first time in Napa was a little embarrassing. My friends and I walk into this winery, and the woman in charge, we'll call her the wine Nazi, cups an attitude with me, real snooty. She's like, I'm sorry, but you have to have an appointment for a tasting. I gave it right back to her. I said, I'm sorry, I can't make an appointment because I can't predict what time of day my hand's going to start shaking. I told her, right? But it felt like that scene in Pretty Woman when they wouldn't let her shop, right? Only they wouldn't let me taste. So I Pretty Womaned her ass. I went to the nearest Safeway and I picked up not one, but 2 boxes of Franzia, and I marched my ass back in there in a nicer outfit. And I said, hey, wine Nazi, you work on commission? Big mistake. Yeah. Huge mistake. I told her. She could have made $5-10 off me if she wasn't such a bitch. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of a high roller, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And by high roller, I mean I sometimes take edibles and rollerblade around my garage. Yeah. No helmet. Yes. Oh, yeah. People make fun of the box wine all the time, like, oh, that's a sign that you're trashy, or, oh, that's so low class, right? I'm sorry, but some of the box wines are really tasty, and I know because I'm a connoisseur. I'm sure you are too. I could tell that you're agreeing with me. I love it, right? And I'm sure we all care about the environment here, right? Box wine is better for the environment than glass bottles. One of the reasons is because when you're done drinking that wine, you can take the box and repurpose it as a yoga block. Yeah. Namaste buzzed. Yeah. So I do sober January. Anybody else? No. Nope. Okay. I love when people say no. I say not just no, but no way. I love it. I had this woman at a show recently. She had this beautiful, big, booming, distinctive voice, and she's like, no. And I said, why? Just because you don't have to? And she's like, I refuse. I was like, yes. So the rules are pretty simple. No alcohol from January 2nd to the 31st. New Year's Day doesn't count because you're still going from the night before, right? And you've got your mimosas and your Bloody Marys, etc. Weed doesn't count because California, hey, right? The beauty of sober January is if you fall off the wagon, it's okay. You just forgive yourself and you fall back on. I had no idea how much forgiveness I had in my heart till I started doing sober January. By January 11th, I had forgiven myself so many times that when I looked in the mirror, Jesus was looking back at me. And did you know he had a twin brother? I'll let that one sink in a little bit. Yeah, some of you have never drank so much you've seen double, and it shows. Yeah. So before sober January, there was decadent December, and I was enjoying my wine until I drank it all. So my sweet husband went to the store. I didn't even ask him to do this. Goes to the nearest store, picks me up a bottle, brings it home, pours me a glass. I took a sip, and I knew something was wrong. It tasted nasty. My body was rejecting it. I was breaking out in hives. And I said, let me see that bottle. So I actually bothered to read the label. He bought me non-alcoholic wine. It's like, why would you do that to wine? That's terrible. Yes. And why would you do that to somebody you supposedly love? Hashtag tell me you want a divorce without telling me you want a divorce. So yeah, my husband's an asshole. Yeah. But he's a really good guy. He means well. Okay? His heart's in the right place. The follow through isn't always there, right? Another example. He was a single dad to his daughter. That's sweet, right? Sounds like a great guy. She was about 3 years old. He decided to leave her mom because, let's just say, she had some mental health and drug problems, substance abuse problems that she was completely unwilling to deal with. He has a type. Well, his daughter's in prison now, too, so he screwed that up, too. But you see what my point is, right? He means well. He really does. And I'm glad I could tell. You guys get it. Like when I call my husband an asshole, it's totally done with love. He's totally on board with it. I had this audience. They weren't quite as bright as you, and they turned on him. And they're like, boo, your husband sucks, right? This guy in the back stands up, raises his hand like we're in school, and he goes, when are you going to leave him? I was like, whoa, stop the clock. I said he's an asshole. I didn't say I want a divorce, okay? He's my asshole. And besides, I'd rather see him dead than happy with some other bitch, okay? Oh, man. Some guy came up to me after a show, and he was a little creepy, okay? I can be judgmental with you guys, right? We're all friends. He was like, doesn't your husband get lonely when you're out doing gigs? I'm like, okay, back off, weirdo. My husband's fine, all right? He's at home beating off to Judge Judy. We're good, okay? We're good. Okay. Some people get a little alarmed by that. Listen, he loves a powerful woman. He gets very excited when she yells at people. Seriously. Like when I go home tonight, if I want some action, I'm going to look him straight in the eyes and be like, sir, you're an idiot. And he's like, boing. That's how it works. And it's okay. I'm secure with myself. Like I said, we met in 2009. He has his Judge Judy time. I'm more of a Cobra Kai gal myself. Yeah. Johnny, not Daniel, because I have a type. Okay. But I'll leave you guys with this. People lie about marriage a lot. I make fun of my husband, but I love being married. I really do. I would not want to be single right now. I mean, come on. We met in 2009. There's no MySpace. I don't know how to hook up anymore. What am I getting? I've never been on a dating app. But people will tell you that marriage is hard work. You got to put in the work. You got to work at your marriage. Only if you care. Remember that. Only if you care. Okay? I was like, I didn't get married so I could work more. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you know that sense of accomplishment you get after you worked really hard for something that you want? Yeah, me neither. Yeah. Neither. No. Dating is hard work. Dating is when I brought it. When we were dating, I would do full hair, makeup, cute outfit, matching bra and panties like any straight guy cares, just to go to his house to chill. Now, we've been together so long, I don't even take out my night guard before I blow him. Anyway, I'm going to end on the night guard blowjob joke. Thank you guys so much. My name is Candy Shaw. Thank you. Bring Sue back here. Oh, yeah.
Keep it going.
Yes, thank you.
And also, keep it going for all of the comedians here tonight. Yes, awesome. Be sure to follow them on social media. Be sure to follow marINSANITY on social media because we are going to have more shows coming up and we need you guys to support and we'll just keep growing and keep bringing you amazing comedians in San Francisco, in Marin County, because Lord knows we need some laughs in Marin County, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening.